have our mothers, our fathers are all over here crying. They cannot get what they used to get again. When the government took over, they put every one of them.
We discovered the issue.
There are some people in the country, they're the one can even say wish for our government because you brought the government to power. So even when they are doing wrong, you cannot tell them because you brought them to power. The people who are there to tell the government, oh yeah, you are doing this, you are doing that, is not good. Sometimes the government can listen and change to do the better. These are people you stand to insult. President Bata, why are children crossing right today? 2 years now into your administration, you said we're not going to see this thing happening in the country, but it is happening.
The Liberian Council of Churches, it is something that they crafted from the World Council of Churches, which was meant to promote peace and justice.
We dig out the facts. We bring the issue to the public to participate.
I was children. I was very children. Why they keep it over there for them to get money without
work? They're lying, looking for whistling because they're not getting nothing off there. No whistling.
It is government that we have here. But it is clear that Baka is not in charge. What the guy will do, they want to take some money onto themselves. But they not lima, then we can wait on the shoulder task force so that we can start with it. And the several people that are involved, even the things that are happening in Liberia, you thought that you place them on the task force.
Issue in the society. We discuss critical issues affecting the nation against socio-economic issues standing to shape the destiny of Liberia. We discuss issues including poverty rates. Human rights concern environmental challenges with a lower percentage of the population struggling to meet basic needs. Human rights violations such as arbitrary killing issue in the society comes to you on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. Join our panelists Aliu Masale and Solomon Bakari from the US of A and the host Stephen Contour on Kings FM 88.5. We break the news.
As a government, I think the government's focus should be on the bread and butter issue of our people. Where we have our mothers, our fathers are all over here crying. They cannot get what they used to get again. When the government took over, they put every one of them.
We discovered the issue.
There are some people in the country, they're the one can even say wish for our government because you brought the government to power. So even when they are doing wrong, you cannot tell them because you brought them to power. The people who are there to tell the government, oh yeah, you are doing this, you are doing that, is not good. Sometimes the government can listen and change to do the better. These are people you stand to insult. President Bata, why are children crossing right today? 2 years now into your administration, you said we're not going to see this thing happening in the country, but it is happening.
The Liberian Council of Churches, it is something that they crafted from the World Council of Churches, which was meant to promote peace and justice.
We dig out the facts. We bring the issue to the public to participate.
I was children. I was very children. Why they keep it over there for them to get money without work?
They're lying, looking for whistling because they're not getting nothing off there. No whistling.
It is government that we have here. But it is clear that Baka is not in charge. What the guy will do, they want to take some money onto themselves. But they not lima, then we can wait on the shoulder task force so that we can start with it. And the several people that are involved, even the things that are happening in Liberia, you thought that you place them on the task force.
Issue in the society. We discuss critical issues affecting the nation against socio-economic issues standing to shape the destiny of Liberia. We discuss issues including poverty rates. Human rights concern environmental challenges with a lower percentage of the population struggling to meet basic needs. Human rights violations such as arbitrary killing issue in the society comes to you on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. Join our panelists Aliu Masale and Solomon Bakari from the US of A and the host Stephen Contour on Kings FM 88.5.
exclusive from HotLBR.com.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they need their man, they change their man. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came their ground, they changed their mind. When they came their ground, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you killing our.
Oh, yes, so definitely. It is another day, another blessed day to be grateful to God Almighty for the gift of life. And so, like I always told people, whenever you go to bed and wake up, you just need to be grateful to God Almighty. And that's just very important. This is how I'd like to welcome you to another edition of the program, Issues in the Society. With me, Stephen Compton, and my team there from the US. And so we have been joined by Aliyu Masaleh and that of Solomon Barker Reeves as well. And so very quickly, let me bring on my team. Aliyu, good morning.
Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, Solomon. Good morning, Mama Labira. Aliyu Masaleh, glad to be here this morning. And happy, I don't know how to call it. You people get so many useless holidays in America. We celebrating people's birthday while they already in the grave. Nonsense. Yes, how was the weekend, Solomon? How was the weekend, Steve?
Yeah, the weekend was okay. Yeah, so let's cross over to Solo. Solo, your We Nation people are listening. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Compton. Good morning, Aliyu. And of course, starting with good morning with We Nation, and not forgetting Mama Liberia as a whole. It's a good time to be here. The weekend was good as usual. It's a routine for us. Rest sometimes on the weekends and the weekdays work, and it's a cycle. But we thank God that everything is fine.
Okay, all right, thank you so very, very kindly. And it is just very, very important to have the both of you on as usual, to let our people know about issues that are happening in country, and also afford them the opportunity as well, so that they can be able to voice out their concerns about these issues. So it is very important that we are here. So for those of you who are following us via our various social media platforms, as usual, we are calling on you to share the live video and invite other people to watch along with you as well, right? It's important. So good morning to our people there in New Town, our people in Claretown, Doe Community, the seacoast of West Point, people here in Central Monrovia, and other parts of the country. We say good morning to every one of you. Whatever way you are following this program, there's a Monday edition of the program. We want to welcome you once again. And but very quickly, let us recognize a few of our people who are following us via our various social media platforms, right? Beginning with Venetia Junior Bar. Thank you. He's following us there from New Town. Princess L. Peter is also following us from Ganta City. Thank you. This person with this name, T Morning September King says, good morning. I'm following you from Mount Barclay at my residence. Thank you so much, my dear brother. Eric Clade Gay is also following us there from Zweju Grain, Judah County. Thank you so kindly. And share a live video, right? So, like I said, there are a lot of things to look at, and also give you the opportunity or afford you the time for those of you who are following us, so that you can be able to have your say on issues we are about to discuss this morning. Thank you, Anin Towe. Thank you so much, Cariton Alfred. Thank you as well. Okay, that's very important. So all you need to do is to share the live video and let us have this conversation together. Right? So the last time we were here, we were able to weigh in on the situation at the Liberia-Guinea border. Right? And we have you, our followers, informed that the issue, according to the government, the Ministry of Information was able to, through the minister, he was able to inform the public, right, Liberians, that the situation was placed under control, and there was some mechanisms put in place for an engagement peace dialogue that which, according to him, involved some regional countries like Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, the Mano River countries, to convene a meeting so that they can be able to dialogue over the issue and see how best to settle the land dispute or the border dispute. And so we got that, and we inform our people that this particular issue, according to the government, was being handled. And we're told that the president was to go to Guinea. As we're told, I think he should be there or probably on his way now for the dialogue. And so other regional countries, like I told you, Sierra Leone and Ivory Coast leaders supposed to be there also to serve as witness as they have this dialogue regarding the entire situation, right? That many people have seen, like maybe rising conflict or so that they can be able to have a dialogue on that and settle the particular issue, right? But this morning we got information why it is true that, you know, the Guinean government has consented the Liberian government as well to meet and have this particular discussion. We are getting report that the Guinean government has sent troops, the armed officers, to that particular scene so that they can be able to protect the area in the wake of the meeting, which, among other things, is aimed at resolving this particular situation. So the Guinean government, they sent the armed men, as we're told, and the footages on Facebook, on social media, to go to that particular bordering area so that they can be able to guard the area, protect the area, while the discussions are ongoing. A lot of people has raised concern. Other people have condemned the action and also raised concern about safety issues and other things. So we will be looking at that as well, with a couple of issues. The increase in gasoline price. We are seeing that a lot of people have been complaining. And now people will just get in car without knowing, you know, the distance they used to pay maybe $50 for. You get in the car, before you even get down, the person will tell you that, oh, there's the amount. You ask why. The person will tell you that because the government has carried the gas price up. So a lot of citizens have been raising serious tension among passengers and other drivers. You know, so it is a very serious situation we will also be talking about, and we wait in on the ongoing situation with the late Samuel Jackson's death. There are a lot of things happening. We are going to give our own perspective on the ongoing investigation the police is carrying on and what a view. So let me cross over to my team. Aliyu, you got our first talking point with the rising security issue. And we are told our president should be there or he's dead now. And so let us get your take on it. What do you make of this particular issue, the resolution, the dialogue, and the decision by the Guinean government to send troops to that particular borderland? Let's get to Aliyu Masale.
Oh, yeah. Once again, good morning. Thank you there. This issue about what happening to the Guinean border, like we said, this is something that need to be looked into as soon as possible before it escalate. You see, because this thing, government, I think at that time, this guy was just in a junta something, junta, a military government he was running, and he tried that same thing on Sierra Leone. Immediately when he tried it, the next day, Sierra Leone president was there straight. He never wasted no time. And that whole issue was resolved. But for our own, when it started, our government sat there praising their citizens, going to battle, armed men, say, oh yeah, they're fighting for their land, this and that, and what have you. Something that they're supposed to take a decisive measure immediately, like we saw the Sierra Leone president doing when they see Guinean people were trying to do similar thing on certain land issue to the borderland between them. But for us who were sitting there, I think 1 or 2 days, the tussle was between the Guinean army and unarmed citizens of Lofa County while they were still sitting. And like we said, this is something that immediately when it happened, we were to have our security present right there. But because it happened 2 days, I think the 3rd day before they even start to send police, from police, I don't know as to whether even they have sent AFL to that place. And this is something. When these things start, immediately you take action. You send your army there. But because people see, okay, yeah, the people then they even say get army and as civilian they're coming to battle, or they start to see your weakness. And this is how they start coming in, misbehaving. You see, and this is why we say your army, these are places that they need to be to borderline. You make sure you get your army to the borderline, you get your custom or border patrol officer, immigration, whatsoever to these places. But you want to be keeping them in the city. And they too hard, they're going to go into the borderline and thing when they are not even say well taken care of. You see, when we say, oh yes, when George we are coming to the country, you will send all the AFL, all the joint security, immigration, whosoever to go there, you say you're going to go protect him. But when you see armed people trying to invade your land, your citizens are there battling them, you don't send people there to go and protect them. You see? And today we see they cannot, I started seeing it since last night. The huge security personnel, army personnel with weapons and things that the Guinean president is sending to that place. We have to be very careful. As I always say, today we see what happening between Ukraine and Russia, and we pray against it 70 times 7 for our country. I will always say we experience war, and we that saw it, we don't even say like to hear about it. I see people on Facebook writing all kind of trash. If you people experience war in our country, you will start writing this nonsense that you people are posting on Facebook. But some of you, you're not even said nowhere, you don't know what we pass through in our country. So when y'all can just go on Facebook now and just be writing all kind of nonsense. When Guinea try, they will do, they will. You stop doing this foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
You put your act together. Like President Baka is going there. Our prayer should be they should be able to come to a dialogue, continue to maintain the peace between Guinea and Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you on social media writing nonsense, you have to stop this thing. Nobody is trying or thinking about war anymore. we went through a lot. So my prayers are with the president, and I pray that they should be able to come to a dialogue to resolve this matter so that the peace, the relationship between Guinea and Liberia can continue. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your own thought on this particular issue. But let's cross over now to Solomon Bakari. Solo, what's your take on this issue that is ongoing? Let's get to you on Solomon.
Well, it's a serious problem. We all know, just are probably nowadays they're not teaching civics in our schools, but we all know the situation when it comes to the land. When Liberia was established, way before um, those neighboring countries. In other words, when Great Britain, uh, uh, France, they were actually going at it, looking for a piece of land all over the globe to see which one would be their interest so that they can establish or colonization of that particular land. Of course, Liberia at the time didn't have any military. The United States was not supporting Liberia. So whatever arrangement the pioneers they came up with, that's how the land is today. You see, portion of Liberia is in Ivory Coast, the Ma area there, but because of the strength of the French government, that portion remain like that today. If you look at between Lofa and Bon County, portion of the other country, I think is Guinea, that is in there, is because of the strength of the French government, their military. So they drew all those demarcation. And then today, I don't know, because our president said God is not making any more land, so the people decided to say, you know what, the other piece here that we have, or the river that we have here, we're supposed to split it. So no one person should have control over the river. I don't know whether that is why the Guinea government is doing what they're doing. But it is a serious problem. In my opinion, in order for us to resolve this problem, if I don't think the Mana River Union will be able to solve it. If the Mana River Union cannot solve it, maybe ECOWAS. I don't think ECOWAS will be able to solve it. That should be a situation to be taken to the United Nations so that if we're going to be redrawing the boundaries, so that can be done, or if they're going to leave it the way it is, so that can be settled. Because today, you see, when Great Britain decided to draw boundaries for what is now Israel, we see the conflict it has today between the other people that is now known as the Palestinian. We see the situation over there. We've seen the situation, as Macaulay mentioned earlier, in Russia, because superpower countries, they decided to draw demarcation and all those stuff. So for us, between the two nations, Liberia does not have military. The only thing that we have back then, because America said that Liberia was not at war with anybody. Liberia was the parent nation over there, so nobody was going to attack Liberia. For this reason, we don't have military. The only time we started having what we call military police, or what turned to be the AFL today, was for them to be able to quiet internal conflicts where the police will not be in a position to stop those kind of things. So that's what we have. So even if you send a truckload of them over there, nothing they can do. Of course, they are trained for ground war and things like that, but when real war escalates, there's nothing that our men can really do. So my take on it is it is a serious problem. Former President Charles Taylor talked about it before. He wanted to take some of the land that other people occupy, especially between Ivory Coast. I mean, between the both country, I think Nima and Bone, the piece of land between there, and of course, we were making fun out of it. But that was the reason why he was talking about some of those stuff. So it is a serious situation that we as Liberian or our leaders, which I think they're not going to have any other stuff. They're going to end up okay. Let the people just take it. And how it's going to be because the president that we have, one good thing that I know about him, he's afraid of problem. He does not want to be blamed. So we're not going to get any kind of result. Either we're going to stay like that, or they're going to split or both countries going to control the river. That is a problem because if we have minerals in our river, then both countries are supposed to share whatever they see in the river. So there might be some of the maybe certain that they will do, but as far as the land is concerned, it needs serious attention either by the Minor River Union or by the AU or eventually by the UN. This is a serious problem. That's my take on it.
Okay, thank you so much. So it is very important. Like you people have stated, you know, I have seen a lot of social media posts coming from Liberians, you know, trying to you know, see the situation somehow and try to make some statements. We said this in the gone time. Other people call on the radio here. They never understood exactly what we were talking about. And people try to, you know, politicize what we were talking about here in their normal way. But now this is what we are talking about. And exactly what we stated first is what the government is trying to do now. And we said it. That celebrating those unarmed, civilians at that time, instead of engaging the situation on time, those Guinean army, they saw that particular, situation, the action of the citizens. That's why we were talking about. Like, look, why is it true that these people will be praised, they will be lauded for what many people may say they are brave stands taken, but again, you should be able to look at the category of people or individuals they have taken their stance against. These are army people. So since this particular issue is highly, security minded, it is so important that we have our security personnel on the scene. Why the two governments, they are trying to put in place measures to handle their situation, but other people saw it somehow. You know, there are other issues before you come up with the diplomatic tendency. At least there should be some precautionary action taken while you are carrying on the diplomatic discussion. That's exactly what we are talking about. And here we are today. You and somebody, like for typical example, you people in a misunderstanding, right? You're in misunderstanding over a situation. And other people there to look into the situation. I think situation of such, why it is true that our government may have done that in a good faith. Now look, since we want to handle this situation, Guinea and Liberia, we are all one people. When you check in Liberia here, you will see a lot of Guineans. You go in Guinea, you will see a lot of Liberians. And we are just one people. So since our government saw that in a good faith, to say, look, let us go in Guinea to be able to have a roundtable discussion and settle this particular issue. What our government wants to do that, but here we are. Why our government trying to go there? The Guinean government now sending out troops They sending our troop to that particular scene. For whatever reason, no one knows. But it is scary. It is scary. And it is so sad that all the Liberians will come out to be making all kinds of statements. We are not praying for anything here. And under no condition such thing will happen. All we are praying for, like Ali said, is to ensure that this particular issue is handled. Is to ensure that this particular issue is handled in a full manner that would not, bring up the chaotic situation that we witnessed the other time between the unarmed civilians and that of the army people of Guinea. We don't want to see that again. No, we don't want to see that. That's what we are talking about. And they said that the security people around the president too, you need to be on top of your game, right? You need to handle this particular situation with caution. You need to handle it with caution. On a very serious note, I think that's what we can say for now on this particular situation. Let us just leave it as it is. And we all pray to God that the situation is handled. Nobody should come here to want to politicize, do this other one here, do this other one here. This one is something that is it concerns every Liberian. It's just like a rain. A rain falls, it falls on every roof. And that's what happened. That's exactly what we can say on this particular issue. Now let us go to the next situation, right? At times, like Ali will always say, that when you are in opposition, most especially a government in waiting, right? A government in waiting, because during the CDC regime, the biggest opposition political party then was the Unity Party. So automatically, the Unity Party was seen as a government in waiting. And here we are today, the Unity Party has taken charge of the country. So the opposition politicians, including the current president, then was sanctioning some statements when these same things we are experiencing today were happening under the then administration. During the Weah's administration, we saw a lot of things that happened globally. The coronavirus, and that affected trade across the world. And because of that, we saw a lot of things happening here. Even there were people who were not even working, sitting at home, and they were taking pay. Things, prices increased. But again, on the other hand, instead of our opposition politicians taking into consideration that these things are happening in the country today, they are not at the fault, or they are not happening because the CDC government is in power. Even when you bring, the American president to come and rule the country at that time, right? This same thing were to happen. But they use that as a political bait to cajole our people, to play on the minds of our ordinary people. And today, here we are. The same situation is happening. With the war in the West, we are seeing what is happening today. We are seeing exactly what is happening today. And we knew this was to happen. That's the reason why we look up to the government that, look, while we are seeing happening here, there will come a time that things prices may increase. And so because of this, we are taking these steps. But no, this thing never happened. We have, Director Twe, he told the Liberian people, gave them hope that we have enough of gasoline in stock, fuel in stock. We have enough of those things. Even the information minister. And these things were happening. Now, before I go over to Ali Masale, right, and Solomon Barker Reeves, let me read this piece from Councillor Abraham Gossent Wynn, right? I'm going to read a portion of what he wrote, and it is very important. And exactly this is what happening today. This is what we have been talking about. This is exactly what we are seeing with our own eyes today. And so, Councillor Augustine Wen says, JNB, please ask God to forgive you for your unfairness to we. And he went on to say, in law, there is a principle known as the reasonable means test. This standard is used by courts to create an objective measure for judging conduct. Instead of focusing on personal excuses, emotion, or individual. So you are listening, right? Yes, yeah. I'm following that. So let me go through this one. Then we go over to that. So you are listening to the piece, right? Written by Councillor Wen. Right? The law asks a simple question. What who an ordinary, reasonable person have done in similar situation like that? So you see, so it is very simple. So these are things we were talking about yesterday. So he went on to say, by doing this, the court removes subjective bias and evaluates behavior based on what society who consider reasonable under similar circumstances. So you see, so these people, they were not taking this particular thing into consideration. So now people are judging. Like, let's take for example, if a driver is driving a car, that person should be reasonable enough that he or she sees a red light to stop. But that person who society sees to be a reasonable person, if that person runs with the car under the red light and hits another person, and that person is taken to court, so the court will now be judging the person on this particular theory, on that particular principle, that Lord, you as a reasonable person, you're supposed to apply that particular mindset. That look, under the red light, I'm not supposed to pass with the car. It indicates that I should stop here and make a stop so that people can be able to have the chance to cross. So these are things the court will be judging now. And exactly that's what our people were not looking at. Those reasonable people are as they claim to be at the time. They were not looking at these things, but they chose politics. They politicized everything yesterday. And these same things they have said yesterday, these same things have not caught up with them. Hold them by their trousers. And we are seeing, like I told you, when these things happen, it is only you and I who will feel the pinch, who will bear the weight. Those government officials, they don't care. I don't care how the gas price increases up to even 2,000 to 4,000 Liberian dollars. Those people don't care because they were afraid. But they stood their ground by then and they used you. They were not taking into consideration to apply this particular reasonable principle because by then politics was the order of the day. So you see what is happening now. Let's cross over to our team. Let's begin with Solomon on this particular issue. Then we'll go to Aliyu. Solomon, here is it with this particular issue. What's your take? Let's get you on.
Well, the thing is that the way in which we Liberians, we civilian people, anybody for that matter, the way we do it, even if the Unity Party, if they say certain things, those are the same thing that other opposition CDC to be saying. People just throw something to see which one going to resonate. The same thing, President Trump was now re-elected the first time when his tenure ended because they said that he was the cause for the COVID, the way in which he handled it. And when he said, in fact, you can use bleach, they took all of that other context, and that actually affected him with the COVID, and he was not able to get re-elected. So politicians, they look for a point that will resonate with the people. Your unity party is not an exception. All the CDP government wants to do is how can we disseminate information to the people that will make sense, that will resonate. CDC was not doing that. So again, that's how a government works. That's how we have a multi-party system, a government. That's how those people function. You look for something that will resonate with the people, and then you talk about it. And it is not something that is passive we're going to talk about. During the COVID, we know that most of these countries, there were travel ban. There was no a truck coming this way or going that way. So for that reason, even some of the stuff that were in the country, it was difficult for truck to bring them. That was it was a different situation as compared to this. We understand those positions. Today, the price of gas is up. The government of the United States, the president came up with a solution that we're going to go through this because of what is unfolding, but this is going to help out the government. In Liberia, whatever we call reserve, maybe just a name. We gave government officials, some of them, they live right across, not capital, right behind LU. Some of them live there, but still they all get the same number of gas slip so that they can go to work. So they use everything on themselves, and then they can also take some of those gas, according to some of the people that are connected to them. So then they give it to Reddit, or they sell it so that those people they will be able to sell gas in the street. They use up all of those stuff. So when there is situation that why it is unfolding now, government doesn't have a reserve to say, okay, we're going to help the drivers with whatever reserve we have. We put gas in the society so that the price will not be the way it is going. There is always a solution, but in a country where we take everything, even there was $2 left, we want for that government to spend the $2 on us for different legislative engagement. So the country that we have, the people that we have in leadership, they don't care about the well-being of the country, but they care about their own well-being. That's why when any situation hits, this is why the common people face it more than those that are exploiting our country. It is a serious situation. No political party can resolve it. And of course, political party will always say something so that they will gain ground. If somebody wants to run a politics against you, certain things are your behavior that probably people will look onto and say, yeah, this is not good. That's what the person will be talking about. So it is normal in politics. What we need to do to educate our people that these things are normal in politics, but how do we handle those stuff? Because political party is not going to build Liberia. What's going to build Liberia is our patriotism to the country. And once we are patriotic to the country, we'll make sure that things work better. So yes, the Unity Party, they spoke against that President Weah was not able to manage the economy during the COVID era and things like that. Of course, the Democratic Party said that Trump or the Republican Party couldn't handle that, and they used that as a political weapon against the Republican Party that was being headed by President Trump. That is normal politics in society. So our people need to get to know. And right now, the price of things going to go very, very high because the short routes that those ships used to take, some of those routes have been closed, and they have to do bypass to go all the way through the horn of Africa, going toward Ethiopia before going all the way on the other way around to come back to the Indian Ocean, then come to the Atlantic Ocean. So once people are spending a lot of money to transport crude oil and other stuff energy that is the bearer for all other commodities is going to cause a price hike. So all we need to be saying is how we as Liberian will be able to cope with that. Since the price is a little bit still lower, you start thinking about buy additional food to save because people are going to hike the price of stuff because of the situation. And that is how normal life is. So that's my take on it. We politicize it when it's Unity Party. We politicize it when it is a CDC or when it is ANC. That is politics.
Thank you so much, Solomon Barker Reeves. Well, let's now join Aliyu. Aliyu, what's your take on this particular issue? Let's get you on Aliyu Mansale.
Oh, thank you there, Solomon. Thank you there, Stevie. First of all, I want to say thanks to all sedition in and out of Liberia. Because for the fact that when we were in power, there were things that happened, and these things were not to be politicized. But the Unity Party, they play politics with this thing because they felt to themselves that, oh yes, even though this thing is happening globally, but we can hold this government responsible, we can blame them for this thing that is happening, and that's the only way we'll be able to come to power. And like Solomon said, politicians, they will always do something that will sink into the people's head that will resonate well with them. And again, if God will ever bless us to come back to power 2029, CDC, we will never ever take information dissemination like this. Because this is one of the things that we destroy ourselves. Because there are some people, when we used to talk to them, they feel that we want money from government officials, this and that. When we tell them, oh yeah, we need to do this, you talk to the other minister, to the other player, you talk to the president, they never used to listen to us. And today we are in opposition, they are not still listening to us. And it will make our campaign, when they take time, will be half of 2029. When we were in power, they didn't listen. We are in opposition, they are not still listening. They have to be very careful. But today, we sedition, we are not politicizing things that are happening that we know they should be non-avoid. We should take politics from out of it. And today, we can only remind the Unity Party, this thing happened yesterday, this other thing happened yesterday. And you people politicize it today. What are you doing about it? This is what we are doing now. During the COVID-19, the whole world, even in America, yeah, Liberians sat in this country wherein when they used to go to the pump to buy gas, even though yeah, we're not standing in line here to buy gas, but they used to see the price, the high increase of gasoline price that were on the market when you go to the pump. Like this morning, I carry my children to school. I just for buying gas, 386 cents, $3.86 rather, just for a gallon. And it was never like that. We were buying gas here $3.50, 55 cents, 60 cents, 65 cents. I just for buying gas $3.86 just for a gallon.
Is that unleaded or regular or premium?
Just regular, not even premium.
Okay.
And yes, just regular, not premium. And people sat in this country who are going through this thing, and they politicize it, and Liberians believe in Americans. Some of the Liberians are in America and other parts of the world. When they say something, they believe it. So they too over there, they say, oh yes. Instead of telling the people in Liberia, oh no, that judge we are making the gas price to go, or even we that in America, yeah, this is how the gas price is now. No. The politicize it because they felt to themselves this was the only way to come to power. And Stephen, like you said, during the COVID-19, people were sitting home. Because George Weah said your safety and well-being is my priority as a president. They said people should distance from one another, 6 feet or what kind of feet. You are safe home, you will still get paid. Where Ghana, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, this country were all shut down, their economy, they were struggling. But how they may manage to be paying his people during the COVID-19 pandemic, they are not going to work, but he's still paying them. The United Party couldn't praise himself for that. No, they had problem with him. When he was working from home during the COVID-19 pandemic, they had the man saying that to Jamaica reason he can't go to the mansion. And just recently somebody posted that when the trial of President Baka working from home, they say the president had right to work from anywhere. Oh, but when George Weah was working from home, due to coronavirus, your politicized it. But today you say the president had the right to work from anywhere. What is happening to Baka that he can't go to the mansion and working from home? These are some of the things. Everything that happened yesterday, you politicize it. Now what is happening is a global issue. The high increase of petroleum product or anything in the world now, like Solomon telling you, how those shape then the route they taking now. Because the Strait of Hormuz now, we know what is going on there. That's one of the problems the whole world is faced with. It's a global issue. And that's the same thing that happened during the COVID-19. But you people feel to yourself that you have to politicize everything. A sedition now, they can only remind you, then you start to cost. When they remind you of your past while you're dead, then you start to cost. And I like how sedition are taking it. They are not politicizing it. They are only reminding you. Because if they politicize it to tomorrow, who knows when they come back what may happen. Then we just be back to buy everything that brought the CDC and Unity Party. But this is a global issue. And as a government, be very transparent to your people. Make them to understand what is going on, that, oh yeah, we should expect increase of gas price and other things because of what is happening right now between Iran, America, Israel, and other things. But instead of information minister coming, saying, oh no, we'll control the gas price, we'll do the, you shouldn't worry, this and that, and what have you. The LPRC managing director to come in. This is the same information minister that told you that the situation between Guinea and Liberia was resolved. And today see where we are. When he say one thing, so the only thing I can take from Jeremy Mepia when he say a man and woman, a parliament and believe it. Because always when he says something that the opposite he's talking about. But this issue, we have to stop politicizing things. The Unity Party yesterday, I saw people who used to be posting, oh, JMB in power. And you see gas press, they will be showing the gal on them. The way people used to be standing in queue, in lines and things. Nobody standing in line again to buy gas. We get responsible government. Who was standing in line to buy gas when we never had COVID-19 in Liberia? And when COVID-19 went down, who we saw standing in line? But this was a global issue. It was happening in the whole world. This is why you used to see Liberians standing to the pump, trying for them to get gas. When you get in the car, like Steven said, if you're supposed to pay $50, you go to $60, $75. These things started happening. But you said, George, we have man and power left, gas and oil refinery with him, that he had the power to reduce the price, and he was not doing it. He was keeping that refinery company, he man and power left with him to suffer the Liberian people. So should we say now Joseph Boakai parents who left it with him and he's suffering the Liberian people? We have to stop this madness of politicizing everything. Okay. And we hope and pray that this issue will be resolved before we go into more. Like now, America, they get their strategic oil reserve. The president released, I think, about 723 billion should be relieved from the reserve. Just so they can be able to stabilize the price within 6 months and see how the crisis will go. But like people like Solomon said, when we get there, when the reserve, that just a name, zero, nothing there. So that's my take.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Everything on themselves.
Thank you, Aliyu Mansaleh, and that of Solomon Baka Reeves. So let's go on, and thanks to every one of you who are commenting. Yes, so Shanko Khalid Moses, Godson, Zenen Sidi, thank you so much. Malud Fufanan, Musa A. Sharif, Victor Seli, thank you. Darlington Sepaye, thank you. Christopher Bernard, thank you also from Duazon, Magibi County. All right, so thank you. So that's exactly what it is, and there are certain issues. I don't care what happens. Whenever these things happen, like I said, is that something to politicize? Like Solomon Bakari said, I think that particular hygiene is something that we should be able to advocate for and to ensure that it leaves our body politic. That by using these kind of things to play on the minds of the people, right? Because this, I don't care what you do. These things at times happen. That's the reason why, if you are in opposition, most especially, you become a government in waiting, and that's what happening now. People will be fighting all over here. The police people are gonna get ready to be parting people. How funny it may sound, but it's very, very serious. Because I get my $50 in my pocket, I know that they play that supposed to go that $50 we pay. Then you can tell me say that $100. At the end of the day, that fighting coming. Why if that when the money the person get on there? That's the reason why we are saying this thing over and over. Yeah, announce it, let the people know. But yeah, we're getting an install information minister coming up, giving up different information, all this kind of thing. But again, that's Liberia for us. Yeah. So now let us quickly go to this next talking points. Just 2 minutes per person. Then we hear from our people. With this Jackson's issue, Samuel Jackson's issue. I'm told the police are carrying on investigation. Since the incident happened, there have been lot statements coming from people. Everybody, the internet has been on fire overnight. Other people become lawyer and judging the case and all this kind of thing we are seeing, right? Other people have their own say into this particular issue. But again, we are looking up to the relevant authority that are on top of the case, so that to ensure that this particular issue be looked at in a very, very impartial manner. Yes, impartial manner. But Aliyu, let's get you on just 2 minutes. Just have your take on this particular issue. Then we come to Solo. Then we go to the line. So Aliyu, let's get you. What's your take? The police are now investigating this particular matter. Mr. Jackson has now been declared as a suspect. Earlier, he was declared as a person of interest, and now he has been declared as a suspect. All right, so let's get you on this issue. Just 2 minutes, then we'll go over to Solo.
Thank you. Then, first of all, my condolences to Mr. Jackson, his family, and also the deceased. Our condolences to her family as well, both Mr. and Mr. Jackson, the family. And this is just why the city we just want talking about politicizing things when it happen in the country. You see, that there's a guy, I just forget his name, but he's all on social media, and you can see the bitterness in him all day. He video he making, he gets something on his eye like a lead, and you can see that everything he's doing. He's only doing it because of politics, because of Samuel Jackson's thing against this government. So he wants to politicize this whole issue, which of course we have to be very careful. Not everything we play politics out of. We sat in our country today, we saw Luca Riches. He was killing our sister. At the end of the day today, she walked free. We saw Gloria Musu Scout. We saw this other guy here from, I say, which one of the hotel. When he died in our country, they say Coste Soda, this and that. The step the Liberia National Police is taking, they take this step, doing forensic, this and that immediately, and what have you. But they are doing their job. But the only thing for me, in my mind, they did some misstep. The Liberia National Police made some mistake. Because for the fact that Mr. Jackson, he said, oh yes, he came, and he met his wife in the pool of blood and tried to get ambulances. He called this other place. They say ambulance in garage, it's down, this and that, and what have you. When later they were able to manage to take the woman to the hospital, you see, and she passed off. And then as a whole, it is alleged that this best friend of Samuel Jackson were able to take the police as alleged that we hearing about domestic violence. How this lady used to complain to him about Mr. Jackson, beating on her. So when this thing happened immediately, and the Liberia National Police, like we heard, that they were taped by his close and best friend for almost 30 some more years about he being abusive when it comes to domestic violence, beating on this lady. It's just a long thing he explaining all over them. What the Liberia National Police were to do immediately, in my mind, they were to go over there immediately that very Friday to make sure interview Mr. Jackson and what have you, and see how they could close that door. Even if Mr. Jackson will be in our house, take pictures and things, or even get him out of that house for now. Or if he will be there, we say, oh yeah, Mr. Jackson, we need to get the room reserved. Close that door, everything. Because y'all know this is another national from different country. Maybe you will want to come and do some fight funny and other things. But where Mr. Jackson slept in the house and he saw pool of blood, everything was wiped down from the place. He spent the whole day, he slept in the house. Saturday, before he went to police station, you came to come check, to do some funny. And then yesterday again, going back. It's all about you and I know when something happened here, when they say crime scene, immediately the people come in, get everybody from that place, that whole area will be barricaded. But all of these things, that man slept in our house, he spent the whole day there, he slept there. So I don't really know, but like I said, this is another national, and we pray for free and fair trial or investigation to be conducted. He was a person of interest, now he's a suspect. But for me, I think they made a mistake when it comes to that, because I know when it comes to this thing, immediately that area will be barricaded and everybody will be taken off that place. But since the thing happened, I think it was yesterday, now they coming to barricade the place to take everybody from there. I think it was very late on the Liberia National Police part. And again, we are seeing some medical records of this lady being a patient, or medical records stating that she suffered from seizure. And seizure, Solomon, you and I know this is something that, for me, I work in the field, and I know how seizure is, most especially when we're talking about one of the most dangerous seizures, when we talk about a grand mal seizure, that even if you don't take time, it kill you quickly. And this is why, like, I would take small town of Solomon. Like, well, one of my individual, one other day I went to work, and he was watching movie in the sitting room when I was in the office, and he got tired, he decided to go in his room. And his 101 that's supposed to be checking on him, she was even sleeping when he woke up, going to his room. The moment he got to his door, I only heard a sound, boom. Before I could leave the office and come, I only saw a whole head was open at the back, because he normally suffer from seizure. We have to call 911, everything they came, and this thing happened. You see, and at the end of the day, it was a serious issue. These people, their body, they are fragile. This thing happened. And seizure, that's the electrical misfiring of the brain. Even like you see the car, every so wire there, that's how our brain looks like. People were born with seizures and things. And this is why your medication, you have to take it on time. If they say, oh, Ali Masale gets seizure, I'm supposed to take my medicine 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm supposed to take it 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the evening. You, Stephen, be very careful. That's a control, man. You don't joke with it. And this is why even the medication cabin, we can put that medicine there, and we'll get another thing called a double lock cabin. We put it there, we lock it before we put it there. You don't joke with it, because you make sure you give it to the person the right dose, the right time. Make sure you give it to them. And make sure you have to be very careful. Seizure is bad. If you see some people, Solomon, they walking in America with motorball hat on their head, these are people that suffer from seizure. You see, like our individual, because he used to fall from the bed most of the time. So we put a guardrail to the bed, and the way he can be knocking your head, we put one pillow on the side, and one under your head. So when he ready, now we just be knocking your head on that pillow. And when seizure lasts for more than 5 minutes, that's a medical emergency. No seizure should last longer than 5 minutes. You see, it's something very bad. And this friend of Samuel Jackson that coming to say all of these things, if that was in America, yeah, he was going to be, they were questioning and they will hold him. Because they won't know that your best friend to Samuel Jackson and all those abuses she been telling you about, what did you do? Did you want to call somebody?
I said, I think it should be investigated. Why is either
you need to be investigated, because if I will be beating on my wife all the time and she knows Solomon is my best friend, then Solomon will see me with Mark, say that your brother, that your friend beat me like they see they bruise on me. Every now and then, Solomon, you have to call 1 or 2 persons, even though I'm your friend, let it come and always I have been talking to my friend. Even the Liberia National Police over there, have you ever taken them to give them information? Why if the incident was not to happen? So you are just going to be there all the time. They will not tell you what your friend can do to her, and you kept silent on it. He really need to be investigated.
Okay,
God forbid. Why if her death was tied to domestic violence, and you are well informed about all the abuses she been getting from this old man, and you the best friend, you will be held accountable as well, because what she been telling you, why you think she been telling you? Because of safety. What role did you play? Just to say, oh, that thing, one day somebody will die in your hair, oh, you have to stop this, and it continuing. You one day call the police attention or call other family member attention to this, because it's only you that she trusted, she used to tell. But we pray for a speedy investigation. Let know the cause of death, what actually happened. But for me, I think they made a mistake when it comes to protecting the crime scene. It was late. Thank you.
Thank you, Aliyu. Thank you. You eat Solomon Bagari time. The mega eat small is still an issue.
That's fine. That's fine.
Solomon will take some of my time too one day.
That's
okay, I will be following the show, guys. I will be following the show. If they need me, I will call in during the call segment. Thank you.
And thank you. Solo, let's get it quick, then we'll go to the line. We don't have lots of time now.
Yes, well, thank you very much. The situation with the cases we have in Liberia is that if you really, really want to see this person down, the way in which they collect, they do investigation, all of those things, they can make the Liberian government to lose cases. They have already concluded that this man is a murderer. And because of that, the way in which they do the investigation, number one, when the American person almost killed this Liberian girl, the investigation they were doing, they didn't bring anybody from the U.S. embassy to say, you know what, we want for you to do A, B, C, and D to help with the investigation. When this other South African guy that is said he was poisoned with caustic soda or whatsoever, they did not bring anybody that I know of from the South African embassy to do investigation on that. But when this thing happened right away, I overheard them saying that, oh, they brought somebody from the South African embassy so that they can help with all of these stuff. So all of the missteps they are doing, even if Mr. Jackson was guilty, all the missteps they are doing, it will make the case to not be in the favor of the government as a prosecutor, because there are a lot of missteps that they already started with. And of course, they always rely on social media. And this is why cases that are supposed to be in the best interest of the government, they're not doing any of that, any of those stuff, because they're taking missteps, they're not guarding the investigation properly, legally, with no judgmental mindset. When they go in, they say, "Oh, this person is guilty," especially if the person is from a political party that is an opposition. Once we continue to do those kind of things in Liberia, then justice will not be served to all men. Justice will be served to some men or to some political party men or political party women. So it's a serious situation that our government need to make sure that the way they say justice is blind, not saying that though, everybody's supposed to go through justice. So you can pick and choose. And that's why we have the symbol of justice to see there's somebody that has been blindfolded. So the way in which the investigation is going, there are a lot of missteps in it, and which will cause the Liberian government to now win the case in favor of the deceased. That's my take on it.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Solomon Bakari. So we just look forward to an impartial investigation. It should not be done like we saw or what have been happening due to political sentiment. Other people, were jailed because of X, Y, and Z. We don't want to see that happening. And like I said, the friend of the now suspect, Mr. Jackson, he has implicated himself, and so the police too needs to do the needful to call him for questioning. That's by coming out to give this information. He has known about these things over the period of time. So if for any reason, if the police establishes that this woman died because of such a reason, she was beaten or abused and all these things, I think the police also needs to call him for questioning. All right, so very quickly, let us bring you this information. The Liberia National Police said they are investigating, what they termed a serious allegation of sexual assault involving one of its officers in Liberia-Guinea County. They said the man, a lady accused the police officer of sexually harassing her. They carried the lady to the police station, they detain her, they put her in jail. And then the woman said, while she was there in the net, the particular police officer that they accused, the man went, opened her cell, took her from where she is, from her cell, and carried her to another room where they have mattress. The police people to the police station to get mattress. So the woman said the man carried her there and sexually abused her. So the police people said they're investigating that. It's not easy. State security officer who should be protecting people when they are doing these things, but we hope that the police carry on this investigation thoroughly. So let us hear from you, our people, on 077-223-9933, 0886-304497, 0777-980-375 are the numbers to call and have your say on issues we have discussed here today on the Monday's edition of the program Issues in the Society on Kings 88.5. Let's get at a person. The lines have been activated. This person, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. You are live. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. I'm calling from
You calling from where?
I'm calling from Red Line. I'm calling from Red Line.
Hello?
Hello, you not getting me?
Oh, I thought you said your name is Hello. Orlando? Okay, yeah.
Orlando,
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for the program. Thank you for the program. So interesting. One thing about government, when they are in the interest to, I want to focus on the issue that took the between the Liberia and
It's not seven now. It's gaining.
Hello?
Yeah, it's gaining.
Oh, I'm telling me how Guinea, between Liberia and Guinea. For the water, this thing, if we look at it, we'll be looking at it one way and the policy, it was for us. Let's look at a country.
That's what we are talking about.
Everybody will see the witch.
Okay.
It's better for us to pour our hand together as one party or one Liberian to fight that battle by means that lawfully, not a matter of one, but lawfully.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. Cross over to this person. Good morning.
Thank you. Morning, Control.
Good morning. This is Edmoka. Go ahead.
Let me say hi to Masali and Reed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me say sorry to Mr. Jackson, and we hope that the right thing will be done. But this is quite painful. Your loved one, immediately she passed, and you are then dragged into investigation. We don't know what went wrong, but we hope that we will come to a logical conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
And to this issue about gas, my brother, you know, every political party or every individual, when you are on the opposite side, you capitalize on your friend's error or mistake. But what the Unity Party people did in the past and they are still doing was evil. That was evil. They were not capitalizing on our mistake because you saw coronavirus shut down the whole world. And things was difficult. In the midst of that, people were sitting here, they were paying day. You saw the people say the President George Weah was unable to run the country. You saw the Ukraine and the Russian war going on. You said that was lie. Nothing was not happening. But the man started saying, and now they're because we follow. Okay, as for yesterday evening, Sunday evening, the crew went to $106 for barrel, one of the highest ever in 3 years time.
Mm-hmm.
We are on top of our deal, we are in the know. But what we can do, we can remind them. And you said yesterday that we were not capable, you guys were not going to go out to fail to realize that you produce none of those things yet. The country in which they are producing some, they are finding it difficult. They want more effort you that import into your country to you. So the kind of politics they run, the kind of capitalization that they did to capitalize over that was not capitalizing our error. They were evil and they are still evil. Okay. So we will just remind them because we are on top of our but we can the local issue.
Yeah,
so,
very
cool. Let the government can clear. When the government clear over is for teaming between Liberia and Guinea, we will support our government. But they are not telling us what is happening. Okay? So for me, you can have army taking arm and crossing. Then you sitting, you say, you don't want peaceful. No. They never bring arm, you carry arm, later on, you will settle it. But if you continue to run away from that, it will make it to appear as if we are not capable of going out to get the force in our country. That is our point. But until our government can clear on what better is happening, what went wrong, we will take our opinion until they tell the truth. But nothing is not going to come for that because Waka is unable.
Thank you, Edmoka. Let's hold you there. Thank you so much for making your own contribution here. Let's get to this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Steven and your co-host in the diaspora.
Good morning, my dear brother.
Yeah, I'm Peter W. Kasarkov at the street light in Lower Johnsonville. Steven, I think the government cannot use the issue of Iran, as an excuse for the increase in the gas prices and the transportation fare. This guy yesterday, when we was in power, when Ukraine and Russia were fighting, there was a shortage of gas. And they told us that they were not fighting in Liberia, so there's no war in Liberia. Why should we experience a shortage of gas and that of a high increase in the transportation? And the Iran, Israel, and America war is not in Liberia. So this particular government, they should understand that what goes around, must comes around. Okay. The reality now they are faced with. So, and the aim of where your God's incompetency is the one that brings in the problem to Liberia. All right. So if you are conscious matter, you should resign.
That's all you there, this person. Good morning.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm taking everybody from school.
Go ahead.
To the issue of the super Guinea situation, the government got to still have that to settle the problem. But when the government said they think escalate will suffer. For me, the business I'm doing, my market coming from Guinea, we will suffer. You were yesterday the United Party government was telling all that. So we are in F. Because the big English they know in F. They said they were in F. We got a 42-year experiment, now it was to settle problems. And we are hearing that African president, then he will not be there in that engagement abroad. So how will that be? For that to be fresh? What are you going to say over there? What are you going to say over there? For me, nothing will care for that place. This father may permit or NGO, like NGO they may looking for is that will put it. I think NGO can permit to your NGO.
Let's show you this person. Good morning.
Good morning, my son Cotton.
Been a while, man. Since how you coming on?
Okay, how are you doing?
Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
And let me say hi to my sister, so Masali and We Nation Bello, Solomon Bakari. And this is my sister calling from Karakan this morning. I want to say sorry to my family, our dollar lost. Let us say heart in the law. But we will get justice. But also, I want to say to a friend of Jackson, what he means, that they're calling him multiple times that, oh, your friend always beating on me. It was his right to go to the hall. Ask the man, but he can't resist on those things that he's doing to that little girl. He called the police right away and gave the report. But he said all that time, so said by him, they're telling him. He said, so he agreed that he meant to kill the girl, but he come on the say, SYZ, on the air, I said, yeah, for me that was wrong. He not did it right.
Okay.
It was wrong on his part. So I'm calling on the police to do the right thing. Like when we get it, that somebody on his face will say, oh, they get report from America from the hospital. That one of them said, I said, you don't get any sickness, anything I can go down. You can get SYZ, go so send the photo on here, and they give us stitches. So we're calling on the police to do the right thing. They take here to the other police in jail. They should have got back to the home their house and get into let him be to the hospital to get far. If ever was a kid, I would pop out. Jane that man was wrong on their part. What a minute, but nothing that is still the point in jail. The whole property around here, we see in the past. Don't rep torturing here around here. The party around, I don't justice. Okay. So when the opposition, we have this one done. Wherever they done, let's know what the root cause. Thank you.
Thank you also, Sisi. Thanks for your own contribution. Like to 3 more calls, then we go home. This person, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Konton and Bakari.
Go ahead.
Anyway, my name is Senator and I'll call you from Mapupo again, London Johnson. Okay. You said well this morning. Actually, the escalation of price is actually giving us serious problem. Can you imagine if care is not taken from person they want to get a face fight to force? For God's mistake, you don't expect it to buy gas at a higher rate. They still keep paying for the same normal price. But immediately, we charge them, they say we are, stealing from them. So, we are not politicizing actually what is going on, but it deserves to be politicized in their region. So, a few years back when the Russia and the Ukraine war started, the well-led government tried all the coups. Get the escalation of the gas price in the country, no, the United President and the all opposition leaders took it as interest, not understanding the global trend that was going on by then. Telling us, is unable to control gas price. We are able to do this. We are able to control the economy. Because of the thing we will not let it also. It is their duty also to stabilize the price in a considerable of having this morning.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. This person. Good morning. Hello. Okay, so 07722399933 0886 304497 0777 9803752. 2 more calls, then we'll go home. This person, good morning.
Good morning.
You need to do that, please.
Hello?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you are better now. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chief.
Thank you. There's many issues that what I want to speak on.
Very quickly.
Our government is not a serious cause.
Why? Why you say so?
Because the first thing they think that we send dedication to Guinea. The people overlook our dedication. So we are having meeting where ECOWAS members are in Ivory Coast and things, and then Saturday. We don't have the meeting on a neutral ground.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I raised that issue.
Say that?
Yeah, the same thing you are talking about. I said that's what I said exactly. That the meeting should have been held on a neutral ground instead of the country of another party involved into the situation.
Where they are already overlooked us, our representative, and I see that well, the same minister hiring government official on the ground, they will deploy 100 troops at the border. What do you expect to get all of that? Is Joseph Baka going to speak? Who is there again to say yes, sir, yes, sir? This is a very serious issue. This is a very serious border issue that might escalate.
Thank you. Let's wait.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The last caller, then we go home. Good morning. Hello.
Morning.
You are live. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the topic on our discussion. What happened in Liberia and Guinea? We're not taking like this. It's our people got here. You come and not sure to win nothing. And one of the most things I can be saying in Liberia, you see, you can be playing evil against someone. Like you know tomorrow, when you get there, I see he will follow you. When you get there, when they see anything happen about gas price, about red price, people will nothing can no country making things gas price of now you know all the country no percent gas for even if you money for you or one for gas for. So comment from like about it. Let's make it be done. But the new people Ghana on a system. All the memories will make it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry. We are not taking any more call. Yes. So, but let me quickly cross over to Solomon Bakari. Let's get his parting statement. Then we go home. Bakari, a minute. Then we go home, please.
Well, not too much to say. Many thanks to our callers. This is a serious situation that we have in our country. They just doing everything the other way around to have some sort of discussion regarding land dispute. Usually, it's ought to be to a neutral ground, and not about none of those things was done. When it comes to getting evidence for the prosecution of a case, you need to do it without being judgmental first. Sometimes you want the person to be guilty so much, and then you will do some missteps, and that can always lead to mistrial or the person not being guilty. So Liberia, we need to improve our methods of investigation, our method of dealing with political situations and things like that, because Liberia is the only country that we have and that need to be developed. We are still developing. In fact, we can't come close to some of the development they have in Sierra Leone as compared to even Guinea or even the Ivory Coast. We are still in a developmental stage. So we need to come together as one Liberia and then make sure that we do the right thing for Mama Liberia. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Aliyu is here. Let's get in. Aliyu, a minute, then we go home.
Yeah, thank you, then Solomon. Thank you, Steve. Thank you to our callers and those in the comment section. Yes, we pray that President Baka they should have a successful trip. But like Patience said, that's one of the things where African president one of the key members are supposed to be over there for this dialogue. He's not going there. This is something I don't really know. And lastly, again, the MCC said the Samuel Jackson issue that we are saying that friend need to be investigated thoroughly. Like I said, this lady been carrying all the complaint to you. You never one day call other people to be witness because you are a friend to him. Maybe he will not listen to you. You never call nobody. You never one day inform the Liberian National Police. This is another national or South African married to one of our Liberian brother. And she has always been giving me complaint of domestic violence and other things. You never one day. So if this were not to happen, so that lady was just going to be in this old man hair, domestic violence and be abusive to her. So that man need to be thoroughly investigated. But we pray and we want a free and fair investigation and let really know the cause of death. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Aliyu Masale, as well as Solomon Bakari. Oh, yeah. And so, I want to say thanks to every one of you who called and make your contribution on issues we talk about here. I know there are a lot of you who are still calling, but yeah, we are out of time and we are going. Wednesday, by the special grace of God, who will be here with another edition. And so, do have yourself a blessed day. Enjoy the celebration of the holiday. Stay away from trouble. And just enjoy yourself and pray to God for the country. With all those things that are happening, we Liberia, we as citizens of this country in Liberia here, all we need to do is to just pray for the peace of the country. No matter where we find ourselves politically, what matters is Liberia. And so in all that you do, I pray for Liberia. Have yourself a blessed day. And I'm Stephen Compton. Bye-bye.
What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters.